My name is Kerri Akiwowo and I'm a lecturer in textiles at Loughborough University. I'm from Jamaican heritage. I was born in this country. Both of my parents are from a Jamaican background. I've always lived in London, so I schooled in London, both primary and secondary education. I've always had this affiliation for creative subjects and making things and art and design. So I majored in those areas for my GCSEs and my A-levels, which led me to do an art and design foundation at Camberwell College of Arts in London. And then I went on to do a textile design undergraduate degree at Chelsea College of Art, and then went on to do a master's in MA Design for Textile Futures at Central St Martin's College of Art and Design. After that, I was a senior lecturer in printed textiles at Loughborough University, whilst working part-time at Central St Martin's. And during that period of time in that lectureship, I saw an opportunity to do a PhD at Loughborough University. So left my job at Loughborough University and came to Loughborough to study my PhD, and that eventually led into me becoming a lecturer in textiles at Loughborough University. I think based on where I've come from and where I am today, I've probably achieved quite a lot. So I could honestly say that I probably haven't had a great amount of sort of negative experiences thrown at me personally that have affected me in any detrimental way, which is good. However, the awareness of obviously being a Black person and some of the disadvantages that may go with that on an institutional level, on a professional level, I've always been aware of those things. So although I've taken up and had the opportunity to experience really great opportunities, for me, I know that I always need to work that little bit extra, work that little bit harder to get the recognition. Whereas some of my counterparts who are not from a Black or ethnic minority group, I think can potentially get to the same place by just being okay or good enough. Whereas I need to be more on the sort of excellent or outstanding side to get that level of recognition. So I think in a way that's kind of like a bugbear for me. Not that I'm shy away from working hard, but I know that I do have counterparts and colleagues that don't put in the same amount of effort, but are still sailing along quite nicely. Whereas for me, I'm probably doing 10 times more work to get that sort of recognition. So that's how I maybe overcome, but I'm also aware that I am having to do more. I mean, firstly, I think it's really important to sort of say that anyone who is Black, whether they're a young person or the next generation, should definitely be proud of being Black and not try to shy away from that. Unfortunately, without being too cliche, in my opinion, the odds are still stacked against us as Black people, whether it's in a professional environment, whether it's in an institution, whether it's in government. There's still a very big imbalance. See, I'm not saying that's changing, and I'm not saying that things haven't changed in recent times, but that is still there, and it's probably going to take a lot more years for that balance to shift. However, I believe that as a Black person, it's important to try and not use this as a negative and actually focus on where you want to go, where you want to be, and having that faith and belief and confidence that you can get there if you put in the hard work and are determined and persevere. You may not always get the opportunities that you want first time, but I believe that if you have a particular goal and you're ambitious, you can achieve it. It may take a bit longer, but I don't think anything is actually impossible. So there needs to be maybe an extra effort of mentality and attitude and guts and confidence and, you know, that kind of boldness and that courage to actually just put yourself out there and see what happens. Things are not going to land on your lap. They're just not. That's the reality of the situation. So you kind of need to be tenacious and just push through.